Hi, YouTube family.
My name is Elysia English.
And I'm Philip English.
Welcome back to our channel. Today, we are really excited to talk to you guys about some of the goals we have for 2021. And also, I'm not even sure how I will start this part of the video, but we're going to talk today a little bit about, I don't even know. What's the topic called? We're going to talk a little bit today about where is my family and why I haven't addressed that on the channel. And with that, it's just a little bit of inspiration. I'm not going to share my story to make anybody feel upset or to throw anybody under the bus or to expose, any big secrets. These are all things that are pretty commonly known throughout our family. But I thought that it was time for me to share my story and hope that it would help and inspire other people, like our YouTube family. And I always dread the comments that come in our comment sections. Like, you always talk so lovely about Philip's family, but you never talk about your own. A lot of people are more concerned and asking in a loving and supportive way rather than really being nosy. But we thought it was time for me to finally follow one of my goals for 2021 and share with you guys that story. So we're going to talk about that later in the video.
I think it's good to share the story and kind of let that off of your shoulders and just let it out there. Just good for yourself, good for your soul. And I think 2021 it's a year of just letting it go and starting fresh and starting on a good positive note. It's time.
It's time. So Philip and I always set goals. We talk about on our channel all the time, and we actually did a really amazing job of reaching all of the goals that we set for our family for 2020. And despite the fact that 2020 was kind of like a blah year in terms of world issues and severe weather conditions around the world and forest fires and lots of negativity that was just really surrounding the world this year, there were a lot of things that really became positive out of some of those negativities, or at least we tried to think of every positive aspect of these negative issues that happened so that we could grow as a family and still stick to what our goals and dreams were and just really appreciate the togetherness time that some of these world issues have brought for our family. And so sometimes when bad things happen, you really have to look very, very fine tooth comb pick through sometimes to find the good. But I believe everything happens for a reason, and we don't always know at that time what that reason is. But later, sometimes you look back and you're like, that was why that happened. And so many of you know our story about our terrible move almost a year and a half ago now. And if you've missed that story, there is a video on our channel where we talked about that devastating time that happened for our family. And throughout this year and a half, you guys have really helped support our family and helped rise us up. People always say raise us up in the comments, but the quote is, we rise by lifting others. So I always say help to rise us up. And it is without your support that we wouldn't be able to do this every day.
No.
If we didn't have you guys cheering us on the other end and surrounding ourselves with our YouTube family and building this sense of community, we would be still struggling and we would still be trying to put the pieces back together from that terrible situation.
A lot of all our positive comments and all our YouTube family, our community is so strong, and that helped us get through the toughest time of our life.
All of the nice comments you guys left us when we thought that this wasn't possible, or we felt like giving up, or we had really sad days or even angry days after our big move. It was reading through our YouTube family's comments and motivations and inspirations for us that kept us going.
Absolutely.
And then I remember quite a few days where we were like, we can't do this. Like, this isn't, we were struggling financially so badly after the move, struggling with our sadness and our anger of the situation. And we would just go on and read the comments, and then we'd be like, we got this. Like, we can do this. Look at how many people are cheering us on. At that point, it was, we have just as many subscribers as the Toronto Raptors stadium. Think of that. How many people were cheering us on? And then that number turned into 30,000, and then that number turned into 80,000. And then we were like, we really could make it to 100,000. And then when that happened, you guys saw,
and that was our goal.
That was our goal.
Yeah.
And now we have coming up on 135,000 YouTube family members.
Whoop, whoop.
And so every day when we make our footage and we're doing things together as a family, we don't take you guys on the other end for granted for 1 single second. No. Everything that we do is true and authentic, and it's just us. Everything you see on our channel, or that we tell you guys on our channel, is 100% truthful. We just try to be ourselves, and we're so fortunate that you guys love us for just who we are and who we are trying to grow together as a family is. So for growing for 2021, In 2020, our goals were to reach 100,000 subscribers. Nailed it.
Killed it.
To purchase some property in Nova Scotia, which was a dream we didn't think was even, like, possible. It was so out there, but we threw it on the list anyway.
You have to dream big, and it turned out in our favor for sure.
And then our third goal was to hopefully have some type of continued relationship with Home Hardware.
Yes.
And little did we know that would mean that they would ask me to be an ambassador. I didn't even know there was a position you could be, and that was crossed off the list. So we're really excited.
Home Hardware is so special, and the fact that in Canada, there's not too many little communities or even big communities you can go to where there isn't a Home Hardware.
No.
Home Hardware for me growing up is down the street, broken down, need a part. Well, there's a Home Hardware around the corner, and they're always friendly and smiles and happy to see you, and you walk in there and you feel like home, and they have absolutely everything you need.
And one of the things that we love about it is that before we were a channel with this many YouTube family members, and we were just super small, I think under 10,000 subscribers, they were a company that really was cheering us on. It was like, what can we do to help you guys? What can we do to rise you up?
Yeah.
And our local Home Hardware and the owner specifically at that store, McNaughton's, which we talk about all the time, his name is Graham. And since before we were even doing YouTube, I was running a small business, and we were just looking to make some extra money, and he invited me into his store, barely knew me at all, and said, hey, use this space. We'll move all of our pet department out of the way, and you can come and invite families and children or whoever you want and come and do art classes and inspire people. And he gave me the opportunity to do that. And we love to be able to support each other in the process now that we've built a relationship, because he really has become part of our family.
He's an amazing human being.
Yeah, him and his family and this family that he has at McNaughton's are amazing. So
yes.
Hello, Graham family and McNaughton's. We love you all. So are we basically accomplished all of the goals that we wanted to in 2020, aside from a few other personal goals that really have nothing to do with our YouTube. But one of the goals that we really wanted to tackle, and we kind of started to in 2020, but then we kind of like got busy on YouTube and started eating at the wrong times, and your schedule gets all wonky and you really have less time because you're working so much, was that we wanted to together get back to being as healthy as we once were. like pre-children. We used to run like 10K a night, like super healthy all the time. We were fit, we were happening, but you know, life gets in the way. And so it was one of our goals in 2020 that we really wanted to lose some weight and get healthy and just set a really good example for our children. The kids eat really healthy, but we not so much all the time when we eat late at night when we're up working. And so we did do really well last fall. We both lost quite a bit of weight. We were both feeling super healthy.
Yes.
We were making all homemade meals and just really on point with that.
Yes.
And then some stressful situations and stuff happened, and we kind of just fell back into our old ways.
Well, I think it was concurrent stressful situations just kept reaccurring and keep happening.
Which meant time and motivation to put in the work.
So we were doing really, really well, and then we got to a point where it ended up being very difficult to keep that lifestyle going. So we slipped back into our, what I would like to call, regular bad habits.
Yes.
So now, with our new 2021 Let's Go.
And this isn't like a January 1st New Year's resolution.
No.
This is just something that Philip and I have been wanting to kind of tackle. And now that, you know, eating healthy is more expensive, but eating healthy, and it takes a lot of time with meal preps, and working out takes time, and we don't have a lot of spare time aside from our channel. And so we just thought, or aside from our channel, so we thought that now was the time for us to really tackle that. So one of our projects that we have coming up, which we're really, really excited about, which we haven't shared with you yet, is that we are actually going to be doing a complete renovation on our basement and turning that basement space, the dungeon that no one has ever seen. We both just hit our faces like, oh gosh, the thought of even showing you guys this space stresses me out. But we are going to be building an entire home gym downstairs. But there's going to be some twists to our home gym, because it's not just going to be a home gym. There's going to be some other areas down there as well that are going to get built at the same time, which we're really excited about. So I'm not going to give you all the details, because I mean, like, I never do that. Suspense. Dun, dun, dun. But we are going to be tackling that space shortly after we finish the boys' bathroom, which we're working on right now.
Yes.
So that is one of our goals for 2021. The other goal that we have for ourselves is with our channel, and that is to reach 200,000 subscribers.
Can it be done?
Can it be done? Can we do
YouTube
it?
family, if you're not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button.
And we also have some goals for our new channel, Wild English. And don't worry, content is coming your way on that channel. We're trying to get a few things lined up for some really big projects we're going to do on the Elysia English channel this year. And then you guys will see some content on that new. But thank you so much to the almost 3,000 YouTube family members
who
have come over and supported us, even though we don't have a video yet. So
we love
you guys are amazing.
all of you.
Thank you. And then we also have a few other goals you guys are going to hear us talk about over the next couple of weeks. But one of those goals, personally for myself, is to not dwell so much on some issues that have happened in the past and just think and focus completely on the future. And for me, that addresses one of the questions that you guys keep asking on our channel. And I had Philip sitting with me in the video today because this man supports absolutely everything that I do. And he tries to persuade me into, putting effort into different things. And he's really been there for me my whole life since I was 19 and we moved out together. I know you guys are always like, everyone needs a man like Philip, how he treats Elysia. And what you guys see on the camera is truly how my Philip is. And with Philip also came his amazing family. I have Phil's mom and dad and Phil's brother, and I'm so fortunate to have them. And you guys comment all the time, you always talk so lovely about Philip and his family, but you don't talk about your family. So we're going to talk about it. And I don't know how we're going to talk about it, but we're going to... we're going to address it in this video. So I don't have a relationship with my mother and father and my two siblings. I have a sister and a brother. And my sister is 6 years younger than me and my brother is 12 years younger than me. And so when I was 19, I moved out with Philip. And we've been together ever since, which is pretty awesome. And we have obviously we have two boys. And we have an amazing life together. But it didn't come without some challenges, and I want to be as authentic with you guys as possible without talking negatively about anybody, because that's not my style and that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is to inspire you to, like we've said from the beginning of this channel, create a life that you love.
Yes.
And for me, that made being able to create a life I love has come with some really difficult decisions that I never thought in my life that I would have to make. But I've had to make them, and they've turned out to be a really good decision for me, with anxiety, with my emotional state, with pretty much my heart, mind, and soul. So making a difficult decision has put me in a much better place. And so I hope that if there's something going on in your life that's not pushing you towards having the best life possible, I know my hands are cold, then I want to encourage you and inspire you, and hopefully with me sharing my story, you can know that making sometimes those difficult decisions really can take you to a better place. Yes. So the point of me sharing this is just to inspire you to create a life that you love. So when I was 19, I was away at college. I know I told you guys that I've been to art school before, and I was away at school living on my own. And I was very lonely away at school because no one in my family had visited me or had really stayed too much in contact with me other than a few phone calls. So I was in a brand new city. I didn't know anybody. And during that time of being very alone at school, I found out that my dad, that I had grown up with my whole life, since as long as I could have remembered, was not my real father. And you might think, well, that's not a big deal. Like, blood doesn't make somebody family. And that's very true. I've learned that in my life, that you don't have to be a blood relation with someone to make them family. That's very clear. There are people all over the world that have the best families ever, and they have no blood relation.
Right.
So that didn't really matter to me. But what did matter to me was the way that the situation was dealt with. And that was that I had been lied to for a long time. And I had always felt like something was just quite not right, was never really a high priority, and just really felt like something was kind of missing or wrong or off in those relationships. And my parents had come to visit me when I found out, and they kind of denied it when I approached them and asked them when I found out, and told me that if I had told anybody, that I wouldn't be allowed to see my young siblings. And remember, they were only 6 and 12 at this time, so that was pretty devastating because they were my siblings. So I was forced to basically keep it a secret and deal with it all on my own because I was all by myself. So I reached out to a friend of our family's, and they told me that they couldn't really tell me who my biological father was, but I did kind of have an inkling that I kind of knew who it was. So it turns out I found out who it was, and I was able to go and meet with him and kind of just get some questions unanswered. And at that point, I ended up flunking out of my art program because I was so depressed and so upset that I couldn't finish any of my work. And I was basically forced to move back home to my parents' house, which was the last place that I wanted to be because I was quite upset, obviously, of the situation, but I had nowhere to go.
Right.
So I ended up back at home, and it was just shortly after that time, actually, that I met Philip. And Philip did absolutely everything he could to try to kind of keep good with my relationship with my parents, as well as have me be able to get to know my biological father, and kind of just had a lot of questions. I just wanted to figure it out, like, who was this person?
Yeah.
Why was he maybe kept from my life? Why did my parents feel like they had to lie and not just be honest with me, at least by the time I got to be a young teenager or something? And why was it such a secret that I couldn't tell anybody, or that I had to just hide, like, my truth?
Yeah. I think I was encouraging you to explore and to find more and kind of mediating that situation.
Yeah, so Philip was a huge help with that. And actually, we did have quite a bit of relationship for a couple of years with my biological father. And I really did try to mend the relationship with my parents as much as possible.
Absolutely.
Even so much as the point is, had to basically put all of my upset aside to kind of keep the peace, if that makes sense, which is really wasn't the best solution. I should have followed my feelings at that time, but you never want to disappoint anybody or make anybody else upset, or at least that's usually the way I am.
Absolutely.
And so I really just tried to move on from the situation and figured there was really nothing that I could do about it. And then as kind of like the years sort of progressed, it just sort of kept that thorn in my side of that I had those upsets still. And there was a couple of different situations that kind of happened over the past couple of years that really showed me where I was sort of in priority with the family. I had melanoma back after I carried both of the boys. And I was quite sick. I had some kidney issues that were quite severe. I had to be medicated on them for quite a while, and also had to have the cancer removed. I had a couple of surgeries. Luckily, we, were able to deal with that fairly quickly.
Yeah.
My family didn't call to check on me. I had a newborn and a toddler at the time, and Philip and I were on our own, and Philip's parents, were there to support me through being really sick with both the boys, through all of my health issues and everything. And my family just didn't even call and check. It just wasn't a priority, I guess, at that time, which was obviously very upsetting, because you would hope that your family would be there and
help.
Yeah, so you start to kind of just notice things as you get older that maybe when you're younger, you always just see your parents in such a good light. And I started to kind of learn things and see things in just a clearer view than maybe when I was younger. And knowing Philip's family had me be able to see what a family really does for each other, and how a family really should be, and what family does, and what extent family goes to make sure that you're okay. And I guess I hadn't really seen that so much before. So that was just a lesson that I had to kind of learn as I went.
Yeah.
So that was one of the situations. And then a couple of years ago, I had kind of just decided it was time for me to talk to my mom about it. And I went to the park and talked to her on the phone for quite a long time, and expressed to her kind of what I needed as an adult. I just needed a little more of her time. And even despite everything that had happened, it just wanted to clear the air and say, this is what I need from you. Tell me what you need from me. I want to, make these relationships better. Talked about my dad that I grew up with and what I kind of needed from everyone, because I didn't really hear from him that much, even though, and we have kids now, so I want them to have a relationship. And then I've just come to see that the things that I asked for just were never fulfilled. And it was a lot of holidays that we would be, say, invited to go there, and we just felt like it was so much stress on me and anxiety on me to go, and felt like I was more tolerated there rather than celebrated. And so I just felt we just kept making excuses why we weren't going to go.
Yeah.
We would say, like, Philip was working a lot of hours, but we would be like, Philip's working a lot of hours.
But the excuses were mutually...
Yeah. We actually received an email, a text message email from my family about a year and a half ago. Basically, it was actually addressed to Philip, not to me.
Yeah.
They haven't talked to me at all. just saying a lot of sort of like negative things and trying to tell Philip that I lied and was making excuses why we were going over for holidays and stuff. Little did they know it was a mutual feeling that I wasn't lying to Philip and saying like, oh, we weren't invited or something. We didn't want to go. We were feeling really overwhelmed, and we would stress out for days before we would have to go just for like a Christmas dinner or something, because you just go and it's so awkward and you're so upset, and the anxiety was just too much for me and Philip to handle.
Right.
Not to mention I was sick for many of these times that we missed, but no one really knew a whole lot about me because they didn't put in the time. So to them, I guess it just felt like excuses. Yeah. But as we did our big move, and that obviously didn't work out how we wanted, we actually ended up coming back home.
Yes.
And I spoke to my mom about a year and a half ago, October, and I just said we were home. No calls after that. No one cared to call and check on us to make sure that we had food in the fridge or that we were okay, or just if we just needed to chat on the phone. Absolutely nothing. We don't want anything. We didn't want anything from anybody. I just wanted them to call and make sure that we were okay. And that didn't happen. So I decided, after a lot of tears and a lot of upset, that it was really just best for me as an adult to make the decision that those relationships just couldn't continue anymore. Right. There's a lot of other little situations in between that I'm missing out. There's just no point in giving all the details, but I just wanted to express sort of the reasons why you don't hear me talk about my parents. It's not an upsetting conversation for me. It's more just like an awkward conversation, because you don't want to tell people that your parents don't talk to you, or that you've decided not to have a relationship with your parents, or and or also my siblings, because my siblings do not speak to me because my parents don't, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But those relationships are just something that I've had to close the book on and know that I'm a better person, and have less anxieties, and I'm a much happier person making that tough decision to close off relationships that aren't good for me. And yeah, I don't really know how to explain it. I just want you guys to know that I don't feel like I need to justify this to you guys. Yeah. I'm sharing this truly in a way of, I would like to inspire you to just make some changes in your life. If there's people that are in your life that are not rising you up, who are not celebrating you, who you feel anxious when you have to be around them, or they're not doing what they need to do to support you or to make you happy, or aren't putting in the time that you deserve. This is about knowing your worth and knowing the kind of person that you are, and knowing that you deserve the absolute best. Yes. And if you're not getting that, whether it be a spousal relationship, a family member relationship, a friend, a coworker, a boss, your children, it could be absolutely any situation where you feel like you're just not being valued for what you know your worth is, do something today to make that different. Yes. Because unhealthy relationships can really affect you in a negative way. Yes. So a goal for myself was to hopefully help others this year. And if I couldn't be authentic to my own self and to you guys without sharing my story.
100%.
And tell you guys I want to inspire you and act like everything is always perfect here on the other side.
Yes.
Because I get a lot of direct messages and emails like, you have the perfect life. I want everything that you have. And I don't feel like I need to give you guys my dirty laundry, but I do feel like if I'm going to inspire you and tell you to create a life you love, it doesn't come without struggle. And so I just want you guys to know that. So I don't talk about my family. I know that there are a lot of positive things about my family. Some of my crappy situations with my family have some pros to them. And so I like to look at it in that way. I am a much better wife and mother because of some of the negative things that have happened to me. I am a really hard worker because of some of the situations that I've been in over my life in regards with my family. I'm a very honest and trustworthy and loyal person because of the situations that have happened with me and my family. And I know what I want out of my life. And maybe without these situations, I wouldn't know that. So if anything from bad situations, there's always some good, just
There's
like we
always
talked
some
about.
positive.
Just you have to fine tooth comb pick through sometimes, but there are good situations that come out of negative, or good things that come out of negative situations.
Yes.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. There's so much more to the story, but all I can say is that go where you are celebrated, not where you're tolerated.
Mm-hmm.
So
And we rise by lifting others.
yeah. And so surround yourself with positivity, good vibes, love, support. And if you're not getting that, do something to make the changes, because you deserve the best. No matter what you've done in your past, no matter what you plan for your future, you deserve the absolute best. And you
Absolutely.
only get this life one time.
One time.
We have learned that through me getting sick with cancer. We've learned that through our crappy move. We've learned that through other trials and tribulations through our life. But the main thing that we've learned through all of these negative things has been that we get this life one time. And do with it now what you want to do with it, because you're not guaranteed tomorrow. And relationships are important.
Yes.
They're so important. And if you have to do everything alone, or you have to do everything surrounded by negativity, there's just so much less to rise you up. And we are here on this end. I know we don't live in your country maybe, or we don't
Live
on your
town.
block, or
Yes.
we don't live, but we truly feel like you guys are our family.
Absolutely.
And we wouldn't be telling you these things about our personal lives if we didn't value each and every one of you. So just please know that even though we're not physically there with you, we are always here on the other end cheering you on.
100%.
So if you feel like you're alone, or you feel like, something can't be accomplished, we're here.
Send a message.
Send us a message.
Send
Yeah.
an email.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We try to get back to absolutely everybody that we can. Just know that there are people that are here and rooting you on. And our YouTube family together, I know in the comment section, a lot of you have made friends with each other
Yeah,
over the
they're
comment
so fun.
sections. We have built this sense of community. So what you're going through, other people may also be going through. So feel free to use the comment section to ask for help if you need it, or, just say, hey, I need a friend. Someone is going to be here on the other end. So please just know that we're here. We are truly your YouTube family. So
Yes.
please just know that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
But through all of these things, we know that everyone has individual goals for 2021. And so as we're reflecting on what our goals are for this new year, we want you guys, and we encourage and inspire you guys to do the same. Do something today, as Philip said in one of our previous videos, do something today that your future self is thankful for. It could be the tiniest step towards something that you're working towards, but that tiny step is the step in the right direction.
Yes.
And I love you.
I love you.
Philip is always here to support me, and it is without this man that I couldn't do everything that I do. He is an amazing father with our kids. He's an amazing husband. He's always rising me up. He's always trying to help me accomplish my goals and dreams, and together we accomplish great things. And for 19 years, I've lived with him.
Wow, good
And
job.
I've known him since we were just little kids, and then met again. I know you guys know the story when we were young adults, but he supports me through everything.
Yeah.
And through all of the trials and tribulations with my family, he has always been there to support me. And it's just an amazing feeling to know that no matter what, they support you. And today, I posted on our dashboard that I was going to post a video today that was maybe not our normal content, that I felt like I needed a little bit of bravery to share.
Yes.
And I got nothing but unconditional love and support and comments that you guys are here for me regardless of past or any problems or anything behind the scenes. So thank you for your unconditional love and support,
Absolutely.
not only for myself as an individual and as a woman who's just trying to do absolutely the best I can do in this world, but for my family. You guys make us so happy.
Yes.
Yeah, we really wouldn't be here without you guys. So I'm not gonna cry. Promise myself I wouldn't.
That's
But yeah, we love you guys, and we're really excited about the projects that we're gonna do this year.
2021, we have some goals that we definitely were trying to do in 2020, which we did.
Wah, wah.
We did good. We did really good, but we want to, not only do we want to be healthy in our mind, we also want to be healthy in our mind, body, and soul. Especially for
Emphasize on body.
body. So we are building a beautiful basement gym. Or am I allowed to say that? What are we saying?
Yeah, you can tell them.
Okay. Sorry. We are
secrets revealed when
Yeah.
Philip talks on YouTube channel.
This is why I don't talk. I reveal all secrets.
Yes, we are building a home gym on the whole one half of our gym. That will also have some secrets in it. Some little secret areas that are gym related but not a gym. Huh?
That's good. Don't
Okay.
give away too much.
Okay.
But with that, there's going to be some content that might not be so desirable to see, but I don't know if Elysia's on the same page, but I think that we should document this so we can watch ourselves grow.
Extreme makeover couple edition.
Or shrink, not grow. But if you're interested in that type of content, and if you want to join with us, some of the things that we're going to do,
We're gonna need some major backup.
leave down in the comment section. How much of the journey are you guys wanting to see? Do you guys want to see
like
the
Philip
good?
thinks you need like before photos.
Well, I don't know if you guys need before photos, but I mean, I need before photos. So
this is the struggle. When Philip and I were doing sort of like an altered keto lifestyle. I was gonna call it a diet, but I'm gonna call it lifestyle because we really did it for a long time.
we did do it for a long time.
We did about 5 or 6 months, and you can see we're very slim about a year ago on our YouTube channel. And with running our channel, we're eating at terrible times. We're eating sometimes in the middle of the night, before bed. We don't have any schedule going for ourselves. The kids eat on schedules and they eat super healthy. Us, not so much. We're like rushing always to get things done in between, eating the wrong foods at the wrong times, and we just really need to get our schedule back on track.
Right.
And we're going to need some motivation. So we need some support. But if you do want to do it with us, please let us know. We're going to be doing it behind the scenes. If you guys don't want to see that content, we're still doing it behind the scenes. We're not doing this for content. We're doing this for ourselves.
Yes.
Philip and I used to run like 10K a day together and go hike, like on run hikes.
It's almost funny
And-
to even think about it when we were 19, us running. Like right now, I could, if you were like, do you want to go for a run? I'd
Like,
be
let's not film us running around the block. 'Cause
No.
That's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
So we really need some motivation, and we thought that, especially right now, without being able to go out because of the pandemic, building a home gym is going to be key for us to succeed in this.
Yes.
Both of us enjoy working out once we get on a schedule and an actual routine of doing it. We also enjoy eating healthy and trying new recipes and all of the above that goes with being healthy in your lifestyle.
Absolutely.
And we've really done really well on getting our minds and souls really at a good spot. I think we're in the better spot now than we've ever been in terms of that. And so we got to get the bodies to catch up a little bit. And so we want to do that. So we want you guys to join us. If you're interested in that, please let us know in the comment section. Let us know if there's something that you guys really want to see from us this year that you think would be a good goal for us, or something that you're working on, because you guys might come up with things. You guys often come up with things that we haven't even thought of yet.
Absolutely.
So communicate with us. Let us know. And
this content we won't be posting on this channel.
no,
The
yeah.
content that we'll be creating for our healthy lifestyle, we'll be posting on Wild English because it's
You'll
gonna
see
be
the-
wild.
You'll see the gym renovation on this channel
Yes.
and building all of that. But on the actual content of getting healthy and stuff will probably be on the other channel. So you're going to see all of it if you want to see it. How much of it, I don't know how much you want to see, but we'll get there. So right now, today and tomorrow, we are actually working on the boys' bathroom. This bathroom is going to be a dream bathroom for the boys.
Yes.
You guys already saw that I hand painted the mural on there. We're doing the Canadian East Coast nautical landscape vibes upstairs with an amazing nautical color palette, which is just absolutely gorgeous. You saw on yesterday's DIY, if you missed it, I made 3 really cute 3D wood signs,
They're amazing.
accessories for that space, which I absolutely love, and they encompassed all the
So
colors and
personal.
all the things. We love doing and making things for the boys,
Yes.
and so that was really fun to do.
Okay, I think I have to cut you off.
What?
The fish tank.
Oh, the fish tank.
See, YouTube family, you will learn that sometimes I have ideas.
And sometimes
Those-
Alicia says, you know what? Go ahead.
Just do
it."
whatever, because she knows if she says that's a dumb idea,
That
then-
I'm not being supportive.
then she's not being supportive, because I'm always 100% supportive. So Elysia, God bless her soul, she didn't say, hey, hun, that's a dumb idea. Well, she did. She just didn't flat out say it. So I busted a hole down. Long story short, There's no...
There's a massive hole at the top of our staircase. You saw Philip plowed out the boys' closets, which are getting put into closets. We're working on that. We're literally waiting for supplies.
Yes.
And there's also a hole in the closet at the top of the stairs in front of the bathroom going into their closet, which would have been a fish tank. Would have been is the key word. So when we busted down the hole and cut a gigantic hole, we didn't know that we were going to buy a property.
We didn't.
We had no idea that this property was going to come up for sale.
We had an idea because we were looking at properties, but we didn't know.
Like, we've been looking at properties forever. So it wasn't even that the dream was even a reality.
No, yeah.
And we've now purchased the property, which means that for a lot of portions, for sure of this upcoming year, we will be on the new property.
Yes.
And so it would be highly irresponsible and highly inappropriate and highly dumb to put a fish tank in the upstairs for no one to be here to take care of.
But it would have been so
It's a
cool.
mighty fine hole.
It's a really big hole.
Let's find the goodness of this. The fine tooth comb. It's a great hole. Even the rectangle's perfection. Measured it myself.
Yeah.
It was cut with such skill. And the vision of a gorgeous fish tank would be epic upstairs. But no one's going to be here. So we have altered our plans. I know that there's plenty of you who have been
I'm not saying that the fish tank is going to be totally out of
We have to figure out how long we're going to be in Nova Scotia
Absolutely,
this
before
particular
I build
year,
a fish tank.
before we go and put hundreds of dollars into a fish tank.
Right.
So the dream is still alive. It just might be postponed for right now.
Right. Fish tanks are expensive. Is probably all around a really bad idea.
We have everything we need except for the sea life that would go in it. But the problem is that we really won't be here.
But we're thinking. Catch sea life and put sea life. No, you can't do that.
That's
Don't
not
do that.
Preservation.
Yeah, that's not world preservation. Don't do that.
So more of the story is when your husband says he wants to put a hole in the wall and you just want to be supportive, you should just tell him no.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you're like me, just stop before you grab the hammer.
Impulsive.
Think about it. Say, and okay.
Well, we really didn't know we were going to get the property, so you get a pass on this one. I would have done the same. But we are working on the bathroom. It's going to be amazing.
Gorgeous.
I already have plans for the hole in the wall. And the closets are going to be finished up in the next couple of weeks. We also need to get the baseboards and stuff on the boys' bedrooms. Finish that up. It's really coming together upstairs. And then I have a dreaded staircase going down the stairs that's terrible that needs to be tied into everything else.
Yes.
Stay tuned for that because I also have an idea for that, but I don't know how it's going to quite work yet.
This is a half an hour long.
Make sure that you hit subscribe.
Yes.
We don't always ramble
If you are
much.
still here.
If you're still with us, God bless you.
We love you.
Anyways, we do love you, and we will
you.
see you on tomorrow's episode. Bye.
Bye.